Hi everyone, welcome to the 48th annual TV auction. I'm Tanya Frost, I'm the events manager here at the Boys and Girls Club, and I am going to do a little walkthrough with you on how to get registered and bid on items for this year's great event. So let me just share my screen here so you can see what it is that you need to go to. So you're gonna go to bid4kids.org. And so that's bid4kids.org. And this is going to be our landing page here. And what you're going to go to is you're going to go to preview product. And it might say something a little different today as we're doing this a little in advance. But what you're going to do is click on get started. And that's going to bring you to your create account page. And some of you did this last year, so you might be able to just add in your username and password, which I was part of this last year as well, so I have access to it from last year. But let's say that you don't. So what you're gonna do is create an account. And it's gonna ask you some basic information. Your email, confirm your email, click that you're not a robot, and then confirm. And then that'll bring you to a landing page where you are going to enter your name, address, you can create a password. It is going to ask for your credit card information. And one thing I want to stress here is that after the event closes, your credit card, and if you are a high bidder on anything, which good luck, we do clear out the credit card information. So it's not something that we hold on to. We don't have access to charge any of your credit cards. So just please keep that in mind. So it is a safe, we've had no issues with this, knock on wood. And so please know that it is a safe platform for you to enter that information. So we're going to go in here as I am a recurring bidder, and I'm going to add my information. Let's hope I do this correctly. All right. And it's already got me listed. So I'm going to click on start bidding, and I already entered all my information just so you folks know. And it brings us to our event page. So this is last year. So this is showing some of last year's items and the high bidders and whatnot. But this is where you'll go and you'll just click on an item and it'll give you all of the details. It'll give you any restrictions. And then you'll just click on bid. And the fun thing about this platform, just so you all, if you haven't used it yet, is that when you bid on an item and someone outbids you, the cell phone number that you entered or the email that you enter, whichever preference you want, it'll notify you that you've been outbid. And then you can say if you want to bid higher or you can pass on an item. But we're gonna have over 500 items this year. I do wanna mention that this year we also, thanks to Constantly Pizza, have a raffle item. And this year it is a 75-inch smart TV, Samsung. It's also accompanied with a Samsung soundbar and with all the bells and whistles. So for $20, you can get a raffle ticket. You can buy multiple, and then we will draw the winner of that as well on Saturday, December 11th at 8 p.m. at the close of the event. So any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, Tanya Frost. My email is tfrost@centralnhclubs.org, or feel free to give me a call at 603-496-2799. Thanks, guys. Happy bidding.
A world that's waiting for name is Amanda Grapponi Osmer, and I'm the 4th generation of the Grapponi family to help own and operate Grapponi Automotive here in Bow, New Hampshire. We've got Ford, Honda, Hyundai, Toyota, and Mazda. So if you want 2 or 3 cars brought to you at the same location, no problem, we can do that for you. We also have a variety of benefits. When you buy any new or used car from us, you will get 10 years of free New Hampshire state inspections. On the new car side, a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Unless it's a Hyundai, you get even more. And then we also do a 3-day money-back guarantee if you don't like the car that you've purchased, or if it's a used car, a 30-day exchange. So there are a lot of benefits to doing business, the kind of the hard benefits I call them, but on the softer side, I think you'll really enjoy working with the team because they are honest, upfront, transparent, and they won't hide anything from you. They're actually paid to serve. That's how we design the pay plans around here. So if you have any questions at all, my name is Amanda, and you can reach me at amanda@grapponi.com. Thanks.
I love the Boys and Girls Club.
It is so much more than just a daycare.
It's a big family.
My name's Tabitha Baker. My daughter Avalon goes to Eastman Early Learning Center at the Boys and Girls Club.
My name is Jackie, and my children, Gabriella, Delia, and Daisy, attend the Boys and Girls Club.
My name is Ethan Lucier, and I am a former member of the Boys and Girls Club.
Avalon is a bright and very friendly 4-year-old girl. She loves people. She loves to learn.
Delia is she'll let you know that she is the oldest because her and Daisy are twins, and she was born like 2 minutes prior to Daisy, so she doesn't let Daisy forget. And Daisy's a little more lackadaisical. She likes her tablet, she likes her music. And then Gabby she's my baby. She's 6 and she is just so loving.
As a kid, I was pretty rambunctious. I mean, my parents' nickname for me was Monster, so that was, lots of running around the house and things like that. So I needed some structure as a kid.
I chose to enroll Avalon into school because as an educator myself, I feel it is important for all children to have a preschool experience before they go to kindergarten. Avalon has been through several schools. We just didn't find the right fit. Nothing felt quite right. Definitely a lot of behaviors that were seen in Avalon was struggling to handle that as she is a little bit more of a sensitive child. Avalon would get hit or pushed and I'd be having accident reports daily for her. And the teachers didn't really have any sort of answer or solution to help her.
The girls were living with their mom who suffered from mental health issues. At that point, we knew that there were safety concerns with the girls staying with her. And so at that point, DCYF got involved and they placed the children with me, hoping for reunification. And then when we realized reunification wasn't going to work, I started the adoption process.
I joined the club in 2001. I was about like 8 years old. I was introduced, I think it was just, we lived close and saw some of the kids playing at the park, and it was just one of those things where I didn't, a lot of my friends went off and did things, or they were involved with the club themselves, so it was kind of like, hey, like an alluring factor for me. It's just like, hey, all my friends are here, so kind of give that a shot.
When we came to Eastman Early Learning Center, we were able to see the connections that the teachers had with the children, and that was really the most important thing. When we visited for the very first time, she was welcomed into the classroom and had a lot of fun, so we knew that this was going to be a good fit for her.
When the Boys and Girls Club first came into our lives, it was because I was looking for daycare. I knew that I wanted them involved in a program, not necessarily because I had to have them in a program, but I wanted to go back to work mother's hours, and I wanted them to be where they could be with their peers and do different things instead of like just always being cooped up in the house. And there were waiting lists everywhere, and they work with DHHS. And so they worked hard in getting me placement here, and they did it for a much better price than most of the certified daycare agencies.
I knew it was more than just kind of like an after-school program when that's where I was always just wanting to be. Where my friends were off doing whatever they were doing, I was wanting to go to the club because, you know, we had a meeting for Step Up, or, you know, we had a meeting for Torch Club, or we had, you know, like basketball, like I was on the basketball teams. It was just always something to do, and it was always fun.
Before joining Eastman, Avalon was always a happy-go-lucky child, but since joining Eastman, her personality has really blossomed. She's gained so much confidence and so many new friends. She's really coming out of her shell.
Just the maturity that they've shown in the last year has been wonderful. You know, their reactions to things, and a lot less behavioral issues than we used to have. And it's just a place that I can feel comfortable when I go to work knowing that the girls are well taken care of.
I was diagnosed with leukemia, like almost the ending of like my senior year of high school, and the club was super helpful. They came together with my parents and helped us get a new car and helped pay for a lot of, you know, transportation fees back and forth from like chemotherapy and stuff. So that was, I guess I'm indebted in a way, you know, to the club, you know, but at the same time, it's a family here, so it makes sense.
When she started at Eastman in September, she didn't even know how to spell her name. By mid of October, she was coming home writing her own name. That really solidified to me that we had made the right choice.
The Boys and Girls Club really helped me realize that this is okay, I can do this again. I have support out there. I went from having 2 grown children to having 3 toddlers. And the Boys and Girls Club were a very big part of putting normal back in our lives.
I currently work as the food service coordinator. It's been a long time since I found a job that I actually can say I genuinely love. I'm back with like the family that I grew up with again. Every person that is involved with the club has that support behind them, that, you know, the love and the caring. It just embodies what a family should be.
My name's Avalon. A-V-A-L-O-N.
Caring for our community starts with caring for our children.
Dependable and affordable childcare is absolutely essential to our families, to our businesses, and our communities, and without it, we can't advance.
Childcare shapes today's workforce while building tomorrow's.
Many of my team members rely on childcare to do their job, and I rely on my team members to operate this business.
Childcare makes senior care possible.
Strengthen New Hampshire's future by answering today's call for childcare in your community.
Sad eyes, don't be discouraged, oh I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all, the darkness inside you can make you feel so small. Smile then, don't be unhappy, can't remember when last saw you laughing. This world makes you crazy, and you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up, 'cause I will always be there, and I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors, true your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. Oh, like a rainbow.
Sandal Napa is a proud sponsor of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Central New Hampshire. It's no coincidence that Sandal Napa has been a big supporter of the club since day one. Ed Sandal Sr. helped lead the efforts for the club's first permanent location. Today, some 65 years later, the Boys and Girls Club has helped change the lives of many kids in the Concord area by providing a place for kids who need to have constructive and caring guidance in their lives. Sandal Napa is happy to see the club grow throughout the years and teach the same traits that made Sandal Napa so successful: honesty, respect, responsibility, teamwork, and leadership. Being a kid these days isn't easy, with social pressures that never existed before. That's why the importance of the Boys and Girls Club of Central New Hampshire is greater than ever. The future of our country lies in the hands of children throughout America. Join Sandal Napa in supporting the cause that will help the children of today make the world a better place tomorrow.
My name is Kiana. I've been involved with the Boys and Girls Club for about 15 years.
My name is Jeff, and I'm 13 years old. I've been coming to the club for probably about 3 years.
My name is Susan Woodbury, and this is my husband Stephen and my grandson Jace. He's 4 and attends Belmont Early Learning Center.
When I was about 6 or 7, I was angry and trying to find myself in a weird, confusing world. I had home issues going on. My dad was murdered in Manchester, and my sister died next to me when she was 2 and I was about 5. And my mom didn't really know what to do with herself, so she resorted to drugs and alcohol and living a life that was not fit for kids.
Before the Boys and Girls Club, I wasn't so much of a great kid. I was kind of filthy, I swore a lot, and I was kind of a bully. It was mostly because my dad was in the military, and he used to go away for his drill for 2 weeks, and it kind of had an impact on me and led me the wrong way.
I would describe Jace as rambunctious, hard-headed. Both of his parents are drug addicts.
He was growing up in a drug situation. It was not a good situation for him, you know, and that's why he's a lot of what he is today. Why he's so independent, because he was basically, if he wanted something, he had to find it and figure it out. And at an early age, he learned that real quick.
So becoming a member was honestly pretty easy. I walked up to Dusty because he was just standing outside supervising everyone, and I asked if I could use the bathroom, and he said, of course. And he walked me in and he showed me, and it was like, this is the place I'm supposed to be.
I started coming to the club 3 years ago because my parents were working full-time jobs.
When I first saw Jeff, I thought that this is a kid who's guarded and perhaps is going through something, and there may be some trauma that he's not willing to talk about.
I've gotten into some trouble in the past. For example, I was playing truth or dare with a friend. You know, I got dared to throw a pool stick into the wall, and I did it. I got in lots of trouble by my parents, staff, and everyone else.
So after that incident, he was put into my cohort, and that's where it was kind of his last straw. This was a turnaround moment, and then that's where it became apparent to me that he needs help, and we're gonna give it to him.
He was in a different program before this one. When COVID hit, it got shut down. He was not thriving there. I really love the daycare, but it just didn't work for him. We were getting calls every day. He has a full-time job. I have a full-time job. You just can't run around with a 3-year-old, and that's when I started calling this place. Erica is the director of the Early Learning Child Center in Belmont, and she is a godsend. She made a spot for him. I mean, she didn't have to. She could have said no, and she didn't. She said, I can 2 days a week, and I'll take it.
So when I came to the club, it really provided me with a sense of like belonging and family, and really showed me people care about me. At home, I had all these big responsibilities. So coming here was really like a weight off my shoulders, where I could just be a kid. I could play kickball, I could play basketball, and I could just be free.
Jeff and I became close through playing sports. Jeff loves to play sports. He loves basketball, he's good at soccer, he's great as a goalie. Literally everyone fights over him on the team to have him as the goalie. And for me, my way of building relationship with kids is through sports. And it was in playing that sport that he became really close friends with another member who's good at basketball. And then he was in the group, and it just went from there. And sports was his way to make friends.
Jace had a lot of anger issues that he was he's trying to work through. He doesn't know why. He just gets mad about things, and because he's so strong-willed, between Erica and her staff has really worked well for Jace. He's learned to use his words, so like the calls are getting less and less.
Yes. So when I was younger and a club kid, I thought that I would just be here forever, and I feel like Dusty and Bob really pushed me to like, you should do your homework, you should get good grades, you can be better, like pushing me in the right direction, not telling me what to do, but pushing me to be a better version of myself. So as I was a club kid and getting a little older, I could learn how to one day maybe be a counselor. I worked here all the summers for college, and then after college, my supervisor at the time was like, you're qualified now, what do you think about being a director? And I was like, okay, cool, sounded like a cool gig. And then now being in the role I'm in, it's so much more than just a cool gig. It's a lot more than that.
I think the role of a staff person to help a child become who they are and get out of their shell is to invest in them and have that relationship with them.
He has blossomed. Yeah, are there tough times? Yeah, but they're far less.
It's just been a difference maker for Jace in his life. I always know when I drop him off that he's in the best of care. I don't have to worry about anything or anything else. He's excited. And to see that kind of excitement in a 4-year-old, it just makes your heart feel really good. You know, that you're doing the right thing. This organization really does a great thing for kids.
I feel that the club for Jeff has let him realize that you're given second chances and you're not labeled as the bad kid who's poking holes in the wall. You're able to grow, and there's growth, and we're here to work with you, and you will always be forgiven.
The Boys and Girls Club has pushed me to be a better person, and I like that.
If the Boys and Girls Club wasn't there, I don't think I would be where I am today. I think really just stepping foot in the door was my first like, okay, you can do this. I think that I would be down a very bad path, and I wouldn't be as proud and as educated and as professional as I am today without the club. Just always been a nice home, a safe place, yeah.
Dancing through the snow on a one-horse open over the millions ago, laughing all the way. Ha 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 ha! So great, baby spirits bright. Oh, what a fun it is to ride on one horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on one horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on one horse open sleigh. Hey! Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Jolly hills are gay of heaven, fa la 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 la. Strong the ancient view tribe carol, fa la 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 la.
My name is Michaela, and I'm 13, and I've been coming to the club for 3 years.
My name is Tanya Millette, and I have 2 grandchildren, one Bryson, who's 4.5, and Carter, who's 7.5 and has autism.
My name is Jessica Letizio. My children Connor, Audrey, and Ben go to the Boys and Girls Club.
Well, my friend would describe myself as funny and caring and kind.
Bryson is a little spitfire, has lots of personality, lots of energy, a happy-go-lucky kid for the most part, enjoys life, loves to play outside, loves to use his imagination.
Connor is 14, and he is very special. He has trouble making friends. He has a really big heart. He loves to spend time listening to music and drumming. He is diagnosed with autism and bipolar, as well as executive functioning disorder. And then he has some learning disabilities on top of those.
My uncle started taking care of me because my mom, she was like struggling, and because my stepdad and her got divorced. And so my uncle took on the responsibility, and I had nothing to do after school. So I was like, I'll just go to the club because I have friends here.
My daughter and her 2 children moved to Connecticut. Within 9 months, she had lost custody of both boys. She is a heroin addict. She overdosed and fell asleep at the wheel. No injuries, just in the middle of a traffic area. So they were placed in foster care in Connecticut. And then in July of 2019, we received full guardianship of the boys.
I grew up in New Hampshire. I moved away in 2012. I came back with the kids to leave an abusive marriage and an abusive home. So the kids and I came back to homelessness. And I did not have a job I was coming to. I didn't have a home.
I do remember the first day of the club, and it was pretty scary because I was scared that anyone wasn't like gonna like me or anything. I was really shy, so I didn't really talk to anyone. I just sat there.
I figured I could do it all. I didn't second guess myself. It was okay, you know, go to work, come home. It was just kind of like the norm. I didn't really think about it. But slowly I had to stop and think about it. It was very real. It was where do I go? Who do I call? And by the grace of God, I met Erica.
So when Bryson first started with us, he did have some attachment stuff, so we knew coming from foster care to Nana to, he was just trying to figure out who was going to be there for him.
When I was trying to find somewhere that would take my children, it was important to me to find somewhere that would take a child with disabilities, which is not easy to find. And Connor's case manager suggested here because the Boys and Girls Club has taken children with autism before. Jim runs the Boys and Girls Club in the Lakes region. And Jim and I spoke on the telephone. I talked to him about Connor's disabilities, about some of the struggles that he has day to day. And Jim was confident that the Boys and Girls Club would be able to handle some of Connor's disabilities and be able to work through some of his issues with him.
Rachel is the senior program director at the Boys and Girls Club. We got to know each other so well by one day I was like really upset and she could tell, and she pulled me aside and I talked to her about it, and just ever since I've always gone to her about everything. She's really nice and she cares about how you feel, and if like you're sad or something, you can always go to her and talk about it.
I think my relationship with Bryson is pretty special. We've connected in ways that he knows he can trust me. I just show him that I care, and you know, no matter what it is, I am invested and care about what he does here.
Without the center and Erica's help, I feel that we would not even be where we are today. Her dedication and assistance to families, whether or not in need or not, just knowing that the center is there for any way that they can help a family. And that is huge to me.
The friends that he makes here, the counselors here, they create authentic friendships. And there's authenticity among the children and the relationships that he does not get in the school environment. That helps him gain self-confidence and know that he can be loved for who he is. That people don't have to be forced into having relationships with him, but they can actually enjoy him for who he is. And that's important, and I think that can change anyone's life.
Because of the club, I am probably more open and really happy, and like I can be myself, basically. They've like helped me get through some things, and they're just been really supportive. I do think I belong here. Yep.
I believe that God puts people in your life for reasons, and I believe that, you know, the center has helped us and continued to only making us be a stronger family.
I just knew that I had chosen the right place because they saw my children as people that they wanted to invest in, and they wanted to see grow and become independent and see them do great things. And that means more to me, and I will happily give my money to an organization that's going to invest in my children and see them as individuals and not just as a number coming through the door.
We went from just a bunch of local residents getting together to actually establishing Concord TV. And it's great to see that it's still here, and I think stronger than ever.
What I've observed over the years is that the level of sophistication has become so much greater, and the flexibility of the organization has improved. The technology has gotten so much better.
It gives people the training, it gives people the opportunity, because these are possible career paths that kids could choose.
Opens up opportunities. The classes and camps that you have for kids to come in and be trained, or adults too, as far as that goes.
To have a place, a centralized location in your community where you can share stories and ideas and your voices and visions, I think is essential.
So to me, Concord TV has been a partner, it's been a friend, and it has been a tremendous resource for our organization.